We're doing exhaust replacement, 2015 Chevy Silverado GMC Sierra. Somebody had put aftermarket dual exhaust from the muffler back. Got a aftermarket muffler. And that all rotted out, where the original stuff is all good. That's some cheap aftermarket there. They had to put a hanger up in here somewhere. Right there, the kit. They must have bought a kit where it bolts into the frame. Anyways, I'm replacing that. I mean, you can see the original pipe looks great. So, we took these all off the hanger. And to get these hangers off, I take a little bar like that while it's up there, or just if I can get my hammer right on it. These will actually hammer right off. Hard to do it with one hand though. That's the last one I have to get off because they just won't fit through there. I spray them with PB Blaster and hammer them. And there we go. So I bought the original single exhaust pipe here. That's what it came with. Probably transfer over one of these fancy chrome tips onto there. This is how it's supposed to be set up, with a resonator there by the spare tire. I still got to push that all the way in. And then I got this set up here. Now this is swiveling right here, and it shouldn't be. After I put everything together, I might have to put a new clamp on there, do a little welding, maybe weld around this, because it shouldn't be swiveling that easily. You can see it's been leaking exhaust. So, customer wanted a Flowmaster. Well, the Flowmaster isn't quite right. It's a little small on the inlet side. Inlet, it's a little small, but I can weld that in there. So, the last thing I'm gonna do is weld around this pipe where the inlet of the muffler goes. And this muffler's a little too short. So I cut myself off a chunk of pipe that actually fits right inside of there for the outlet. I'm gonna weld around there. You could use clamps if you don't got a welder. So I'm gonna get to it. I got my pipe, and I'm gonna wanna weld this pipe right under there. All right, before we get to sealing up this exhaust, I wanna show you how I took the muffler off without hurting that intermediate pipe. I just took my torch and cut a hole, or cut a line in 3 spots on this muffler and peeled it back with an air chisel. You can use a screwdriver, hammer, angle grinder to cut your lines or whatever. It's just an easy way of separating them. See, those were already rotted off on that end. Those 2 pipes were just hanging. I split that open and then hit it with a hammer to make it go backwards, get it off of there. So that's just a little trick I use. We got an extra hanger because we don't need one hanger. Everything's all set up. I'm gonna go with a welder. So I've wire wheeled where these where this paint was on the Flowmaster. We got our hangers all set up. This is just dry fitting, and it looks nice and straight going up the line. Before it was resting on that cross member with nothing holding it up back here. So yeah, we got our single pipe going all the way out, all hung up. Only thing that concerns me is this hanger is kind of close to the shock. I think it'll be fine. I could cut my pipe a little shorter that I had to fabricate to get this on there. If I would have bought a stock muffler, it would have fit right over here, right over that, and you could just clamp it on. But I got a welder, so I'm gonna weld everything instead of clamping using exhaust clamps. Obviously, clamps are easier and faster, but welding's better. So that's how you get the muffler off, and we'll get all this welded up. I got a nice little gap here. I don't like that, but I'll be able to weld right in there, no problem.